This week on The Splash, a look behind the scenes, healthy lifestyles, and also the facts about vaping. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything from local news to feature stories, also that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash.
Welcome to The Splash. I'm Brooke Allen, and as always, thank you for joining us. WB Parks is bringing in DIA Dawson's for an inside look at the museum's greatest pieces of art. Jay Kustash gets a behind-the-scenes look at this special class.
I'm here at WB Parks for a special BTS look at the DIA.
There are 16 of these that are done called behind the scenes. Okay. And we have docent-trained individuals that are volunteers that will go out to your community, to your organization, and present whatever you ask them to present. You can request a specific type of presentation. Today we spent about an hour talking about the Detroit Industry Murals, Rivera Court at the DIA, to a group of great people from Parks and Recreation that attended this free of charge. Diego was the world's foremost fresco painter. He had the same qualities and abilities to paint as Michelangelo did.
The DIA brings in many qualified and passionate people to be docents, and Howard is just one example of that.
I love the DIA from the time my parents took me when I was young. I knew that when I retired, I wanted to do something to volunteer to help out the museum. I had an opportunity. I interviewed and was accepted into the docent program. So it's one of the best jobs I've ever had.
These behind-the-scenes seminars are helping to achieve the overall goals of the DIA.
The DIA's mission is to help our residents find meaning in art and to have an enjoyable time and to help build cultural representation across the three-county area. So in order to do that, not only do we invite our residents free of charge to come to the museum, but we bring the museum to them. We bring the museum to them through 16 different presentations, such as the one we did today.
Bringing art and culture to our community through special presentations like this is just one thing that makes the DIA so special. Reporting for The Splash, I'm Jay Kustash.
You can find more information on our website at civiccentertv.com/WBDIABTS. Our next story, we hear about how a business in West Bloomfield is improving the lives and health of the people in our community. Tyler Kieft brings us the story.
Kristen Armstrong recently opened her Profile by Sanford franchise in West Bloomfield Township, culminating her passion for a healthy lifestyle with her desire to help other people and forming a connection with her past areas of expertise.
We're the most complete solution for healthy weight loss and healthy living. Our program was designed by physicians and researchers and is based on what science tells us are the key factors to sustainable and immediate weight loss. My background's actually in neuroscience, so a little bit different than this, but I have a true appreciation for things that are backed by science and research, because there are a lot of things that are just false information circulating around. So, you know, it's important for me personally to be helping people and doing something to change other people's lives, and there's a really good opportunity for this here.
Research and scientific findings only take you so far. Kristen and her team understand that the individual is as important in determining a program as the science, and make that a key element of building their clients' programs.
As of right now, we do have 2 certified health coaches. Their names are Karen and Brooke. They're awesome. They've helped change a lot of lives so far. They work individually with each one of our members, and so you know, that looks very different for each person just because it really is customized, and our coaches really do help each person with whatever obstacles they have, whether it's vacations or weddings, or maybe they are really, you know, having a hard time in their lives, or they're trying to overcome a bad habit. So those coaching appointments are customized to that person, and our coaches do a really good job of individualizing and helping each member. The coaching is a really important part of our program, and it's a reason why our members are so successful. So our membership is for 1 year, so you have access to your coach for a year. So it is weekly coaching, and we have some people who come in and want to lose 10, 15 pounds, and we have some people who are looking to lose over 150. So those people's journeys are going to be very different. So it's totally based on the individual.
But establishing a healthy lifestyle is more than just losing weight.
We do build nutrition, activity, and lifestyle plans for our members, so it's not just about weight loss, it's also about being able to sustain it after. So in many of the cases, our protocols are broken into different phases, and when you reach your goal weight, you're not done with us. We're going to continue to work with you, and our goal is for you to be able to sustain your weight loss and be able to do it on your own. And it really is a customized experience for each person.
But beyond the customization and individuality, Kristen contends one of her business's most important roles in the community is helping people understand facts in a world of endless information.
There's a lot of false information out there in the community that is just not correct about health and wellness, and here at Profile we're really helping people not only lose weight but change their overall healthy lifestyle, so not only can they lose it but they can sustain it and live just an overall healthier lifestyle.
At the shops at Old Orchard in West Bloomfield Township, I'm Tyler Kieft, reporting for The Splash.
For more information, you can visit civiccentertv.com/profilehealth. Later in the show, more ways to improve our health and an interview with the king.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
This hour of programming is brought to you in part by Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. 10 years ago, Henry Ford Health System celebrated the grand opening of its West Bloomfield Hospital. Since then, they've celebrated innovative new technologies, medical breakthroughs, and unique approaches to health and healing. To learn more about Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, visit henryford.com/West Bloomfield 10. Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital is a proud sponsor of Civic Center TV, television that's close to home. There's Friday nights on the gridiron, then there's This Week in Laker Football. Join Dave Scott and head coach Ron Bellamy as they talk about the last week's game, preview the upcoming matchup, and talk to some of your favorite players and your favorite people from West Bloomfield High School. Airing weekdays at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. on Civic Center TV and on the radio on 89.3 Lakes FM.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Brooke Allen. With all of the controversy surrounding vaping, one local organization worked with community partners and authorities to help get the facts straight. And Andrea Petrus has the story.
Think vaping is safe? Think again. The Greater West Bloomfield Community Coalition teamed up with the police department and Henry Ford West Bloomfield to host a panel discussion about the effects of vaping in our community.
Most people, particularly younger people, are very aware what these vaping devices and products are, but there's a growing concern about their abuse and potential for abuse in our community.
The guest panel, including local law enforcement and medical professionals, shared their expertise on the matter to help the community understand the health risks and legal issues surrounding vaping.
Vaping is on the rise. People need to become aware of it. It is highly addictive, whether it's nicotine or marijuana, and education is power. So the more you learn and the more you know, the better informed decisions you can make.
Our school resource officer, Detective Katie Rochert, will be on the panel discussion tonight. And again, some of this, the momentum for asking our township officials to amend our ordinance regarding vaping devices came from our school resource officer and from some of our schools, because concerns about the proliferation of these kind of devices and their use in the community by minors.
Concerned parents and their children filled the hall, and the standing room only crowd came prepared with questions about the epidemic in high schools and the symptoms of abuse.
It's very hard for some parents to tell if their kids are in fact doing it because of the discreet nature of the new kind of devices, and the kids don't realize it's much more addictive. There's much more nicotine than regular cigarettes, and it's really of great concern. So I'm here to both learn about some strategies of how to deal with it with my daughter and her circle of friends, but also separate some of the rumors from the fiction and some of the facts about the devices themselves.
The West Bloomfield Police Department also came prepared with examples of the newer, more sophisticated and discreet devices parents may come across.
That's a vape pen, and it looks like a set of keys when it's close.
And I think it's a kind of an eye-opener to many people about the concerns and how potent these things, you don't really know what you're getting when you inhale one of these devices, and it's not well regulated. The FDA is starting to take more of an active role in regulating these devices and concerning about, because they're wild proliferation. Like 5 years ago, you barely heard of these things, and now you hear about them all the time.
One of my concerns is that it seems like kids as young as 14 or 15 can readily get these devices. And then again, I want the whole addictive nature to be described, that if a kid just does a few hits off the highly concentrated jewel, they can essentially become addicted to nicotine or tobacco, and then that presents a whole set of other problems as well.
All of my life, we've had this issue about trying to get people to quit smoking. And though there's people that advocate that, well, this is a better way to smoke, if you will, or to use nicotine, it still has some downfalls to it. So that's why these presentations are important, because I think most parents, and particularly young people, will find it very informative.
Community members, if they join their local drug prevention coalition or at least sign up for emails, then they'll be aware of programs like this in the community that they can attend. Even if there isn't a program in their own community, it's likely that there's a program similar to it in a neighboring community.
Reporting for The Splash, I'm Andrea Petrus.
To learn more on this story, you can visit civiccentertv.com/vaping. And now it is time for the Civic Center TV event update. We provide you with upcoming events around Greater West Bloomfield. And for more events coming up, visit civiccentertv.com/events. Come to Henry's Market on Main. The market hosts a variety of fresh, locally grown produce, as well as baked goods, salsa, and many other delicious products, including free samples. Learn from expert chefs how to prepare a meal with the ingredients grown from Henry Ford's very own greenhouse. The market is open Wednesdays from 9 to 5 and is free and open to the public. For more information, go to henryford.com. Dispose of prescription drugs with Operation Medicine Cabinet, happening year-round in West Bloomfield, Kego Harbor, and Orchard Lake, and takes place at the police departments of the 3 communities. Disposing of drugs is completely anonymous. Open 24/7 in West Bloomfield, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Kego Harbor, and Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Orchard Lake. For more information, visit oakgov.com or call your local police. Benefit your baby's brain by browsing books. Books and Babies, taking place at the library Fridays from 10:30 to 11 a.m. This group introduces babies to books in an effort to stimulate and improve brain development. Along with the books, there will be puppets, rhymes, and finger plays. Go to westbloomfieldlibrary.org for more information on the event. Hey there, do you enjoy songs and stories? Well, you are in luck, thanks to Stories and Songs happening at the library every Thursday from 10 to 10:30 a.m. Visit West Bloomfield Public Library for a special dual-length stories as well. You guessed it, songs. Admission is free, and for additional information, go to westbloomfieldlibrary.org. Come showcase your business at the 3rd Annual Business and Senior Expo at the Temple of Shir Shalom, happening October 27th from 1 to 4 p.m. This expo has 60 exhibitors exhibiting what makes their business great. It is free and open to the public. For additional information, contact Michael Bellet at mbellet@adt.com. Improve your English language skills. Anyone learning English and looking to improve their language skills is invited to join Let's Talk, an ESL discussion group. This group allows you to improve your English in a safe and fun environment. Also attending the group will be a tutor from the Oakland Literacy Council who will also help facilitate the discussion. This group takes place every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to noon. For more information, visit westbloomfieldlibrary.org. That is this week's highlights. You can find more events online at civiccentertv.com/events and see everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. We're going to take a short break, but when we return, I'll sit down with Elvis impersonator Ron Short.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Laker football is live every Friday this fall on Civic Center TV, WBTV, and 89.3 Lakes FM. Tune in before every game kicks off at 7 p.m. for live analysis from Dave Scott and Tyler Kieft, and then another great Laker football matchup. You can listen on Civic Center TV, WBTV, and of course on the radio on 89.3 Lakes FM and on the web on lakesfm.com.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm joined this week by entertainer and Elvis impersonator Ron Short. And thank you, Ron, so much for being with us.
Oh, you're welcome.
I have to tell you, I feel like I'm sitting right next to Elvis.
Oh, thank you. That's nice to hear.
So, okay, so you lived in Hawaii.
Yes.
You're a California resident, but you are in Michigan now and just won a big honor last week.
Yeah, in the city of Clarkston, I received the award for Entertainer of the Year.
And you didn't even know you were up for it.
Nope, I did not.
And so you have a couple of different things that music is at your heart, right?
Definitely.
So tell us a little bit about how this all started for you.
Well, I've been a musician all my life. Started playing drums when I was 13. Played a lot of high schools and even clubs where I was too old to be in the bar on the break, so I'd have to wait outside.
Really?
Yeah, I was when I was 13 and 14, yeah. So I did that for many years and then started doing a little Elvis, Stray Cats, Billy Joel with bands and country, and a mix of just about everything. Was really, the oldies were really comfortable. So over time, people had me do a little more Elvis here and there. And then at some point, I took a break, and then karaoke became big. And I went out to a few clubs, had friends say, hey, come out and sing. And over the course of doing that, over a period of 6 to 8 months, I got asked by a couple different entertainment companies that gave me the cards, said, if you'll do Elvis, we'd like to book you. So I tried that out.
And you were shocked by that?
I was, yeah. I was like, because I didn't have the sideburns or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were even a little bit hesitant about doing this. So tell me why.
Well, because I'm a business executive. I owned a game company in the Silicon Valley, and I was a tech guy. I was also in computer forensics. And so I was afraid it would be a bit cheesy, possibly, because there's a wide variety of Elvises. We all have our own way.
Right.
You got the really amazing ones and the mediocre, and then some interesting, I'll just say.
How many Elvis impersonators do you think there are across the world? Do you know?
Believe I've heard over 50,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did an interview with Bob Levy of the Washington Post years ago, and he threw something out like that, and I was like, I had no idea. Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing. So you are one of 50,000.
Yeah, it could even be more now. I have no idea, yeah.
Right. So how do you feel when you go out there on stage and...
I just have fun. It's very natural. The funny thing is, people always say, oh, you must have studied Elvis's moves. I was just moving and shaking just naturally.
Right.
And of course, I went and watched some videos say, oh, Elvis just had that great...
A uniqueness, right?
Yeah, he just moved his hand and,
Right.
So, I worked on that a little bit to get some more of those really iconic moves that he does.
Okay.
And that was fun. And then the way I ended up really doing, finish answering your question was, I got married and went to Hawaii on my honeymoon, and they asked if I wanted to be doing an Elvis show out there. And so 2 weeks later, we moved, after we got back to the Bay Area in California, we moved to Hawaii and lived there 7 years.
So 7 years in Hawaii with your own show.
Yep.
And then you have a kind of an interesting segue because Bruno Mars, his father,
Yeah.
you know, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that
Peter
connection.
Hernandez.
Okay.
Which is Bruno's real name.
Okay.
So, Peter Hernandez has a band called the Love Notes, and so I actually was brought in as an additional Elvis for the Blue Hawaii show, and then I started doing more and more nights, over the period of 6 years, and then I ended up getting my own show called Blue Hawaii Nights, which was on the main strip in Waikiki. But while I was doing the other show, Bruno Mars' dad in the Love Notes would open up, his band would open up, and then some mornings during the week, Bruno's dad and myself and one of the other members, we'd go around and do what they call the briefings in the morning. So really early, you'd go to the briefings, wake up, trying to wake the voice up early in the morning.
Right.
And he'd sing back up while I did, we do Don't Be Cruel and Love Me Tender and that, and get the people, you excite the people and get them to go to the show at night.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a tease that you were doing.
Yep. You compete with the luau's. You get them to buy the tickets.
Okay. So then you said something interesting about Bruno Mars as well.
Oh, that he's the youngest.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Bruno's the youngest Elvis impersonator ever. He did the movie Honeymoon Las Vegas with Nicolas Cage.
Interesting.
He was a 3 or 4 year old Elvis in that movie.
Really?
Yeah. That was, and James Caan and Sarah Jessica Parker was in there. And then he went from that to Michael Jackson. Then he transitioned. I would never try Michael Jackson. But Bruno's so diverse, and I mean, it's amazing. He can do such a wide range of things.
But you can too. So you do, what other impersonations do you do?
Johnny Cash, Neil Diamond, Roy Orbison, and occasionally I do James Bond.
I thought I saw that somewhere.
But it's Ron Bond.
So out of all of them, obviously Elvis is your favorite? Or
Elvis is probably my favorite because it's just very easy and natural and fun, and it brings back great memories. I mean, they all do, but Elvis has more of a sentimental connection with a lot of people. They remember, a lot of things. The day he was passed, and just certain songs from anniversaries and weddings or high school back in the day. They remember that, all the controversy.
Right.
And just people will get very teary-eyed when I'm singing sometimes, and they'll just, it's just a lot of fun.
Okay, so the anticipation has been killing us. Let's hear you sing something.
Okay, I'm going to do something from the movie Blue and White, just a little one on ukulele.
Okay.
Called No More, just a verse here really quick. It's, boy, early in the morning.
I know, it's early.
No more do I see the starlight caress your hair. No more feel the tender kisses we used to share. I close my eyes, clearly my heart remembers. 1,000 goodbyes could never put out the embers. Darling, I love you so.
Oh,
there we go. All right, thank you.
That was great. So tell me, okay, so you mentioned gaming.
Yes.
So you kind of do have this not a double life per se, but
yeah, I guess you could say that.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, almost.
It is, yeah. I do a lot of both. Yeah.
Okay, so your gaming company
yes.
is going to be back up and running.
It is. I had a lot of games back in the day. I helped a lot of game companies, competed with Disney and Broderbund. I actually used to have a game that was in Best Buy and all over the place. It was a top 100 in PC magazines. I think I was way back quite a few years ago. Got in Forbes magazine too, which was, and so we did really well. It was all over, won 5 parent-teacher award type things for the game. And that was called Gizmo Gypsies. And now my new company is called, because we can't use,
right.
change company names,
right.
It's called Hunka Bunga Games. So
that
website's
kind of Elvis ring to it, doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
Hunka.
Right.
Hunka baby.
So we have that to look forward to. But if anyone, holidays are coming up, everyone loves entertainment, good Christmas parties. People, are you still available, or
I am available. My schedule's really full. I'm doing typically on average 3 to 5 shows a week. Sometimes it's Elvis, sometimes it's all 3. I've got in 2 weeks I'm doing Elvis, Neil Diamond, and Johnny Cash on the same show.
Slate.
And then the week after that, I'm actually doing a country show where I look completely different and do all the legends kind of. So, but I'm mostly known as Elvis, and so I am available. So if people can call. Luckily, the shows are typically shorter, so I can fit in. I've done up to 3 shows in one day.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So how do people get in touch with you? You
can call my number, my main number. It's probably best to call my Hawaii number, which is 808-772-3488. Again, that's 808-772-3488. Okay. Or they can call, let's stick with that one. That's easiest, yeah.
Okay.
Or they can go to ronshortentertainment.com or Ron Short Entertainment Facebook.
Okay.
And that'll show, you'll see me on Gigmasters, and you can even find my schedule on Gigmasters.
Okay.
So I have some public shows, a lot of private shows.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, it has been a pleasure. I wasn't around when Elvis was around, so I'm kind of glad to say that. But no, you're right about the memories and everything that it evokes. It's pretty cool, and it has been such a pleasure to meet you.
Well, thank you. You too, Brooke. Nice to talk to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And once again, we've been joined by Elvis impersonator Ron Short. And on this week's episode of The Biz, we see how to get a clean boost of energy.
Eating well. Exercise. What most agree are 2 huge keys to living a healthy life. While the latter takes a lot of work, the former just takes making better choices. In this edition of The Biz, we visit Metro Detroit's newest Freshie location right here in West Bloomfield, where making those better eating choices is made a whole lot easier.
I like to think that we're different because we have a wider range of dishes to offer guests: burritos, wraps, salads, bowls, raw juices that we make fresh every morning. We have smoothies. We have soups as well. We also can cater to any dietary need and or taste.
The possibilities of eating well are right in front of all of us, but why does actually doing it seem so daunting?
So what makes healthy eating difficult is, obviously, to me the biggest thing is the cost, and there's a big misconception that healthy food is uberly expensive, which isn't the case. Our average ticket here is between $8 to $10.
I think it's difficult. Again, this is from personal experience as well as guests that we've talked to. They just get sick of what they're eating. They think that all there is salads and raw veggies and similar items. But we feel Freshie exclusively can offer a wide range of healthy items.
And already, local workers and residents are welcoming Freshie to the area in search of those healthier options.
I'm on my lunch break, and instead of getting the usual burger and fries and then feel too stuffed and not energized at work afterwards, I decided to go for something a little more refreshing. I work really hard. I'm busy all the time, so it's hard to, eat healthy. So places like this make it much easier.
West Bloomfield is a township full of hard-working individuals, and added to that list is Freshie Manager of Operations Daniel Dietrich, who served 2 tours of duty for the Army in Afghanistan.
I just think, the adversities that I faced in the Army, as well as, the self-development that I went through, it just made me who I am today, and I think, running this store and the management aspect, especially the personnel, it just kind of comes natural to me.
And it's Daniel's belief that a healthy eating regimen would even further enhance our military.
What I think it would do is, we're actually evaluated on a thing called the Army Physical Fitness Test, and I think it would dramatically raise the standards of our physical fitness in the armed forces.
For Civic Center TV, I'm Lawrence Nyland.
For more episodes of The Biz, visit civiccentertv.com/thebiz. And now it's time for our final segment, Person of the Week, where we celebrate the people in the community who are inspiring and providing toward others. And this week's recipient is Tim Shepard from the West Bloomfield Police Department. Tim has been an officer for the WBPD for many years, serving the community and keeping the people that reside in it safe. He is a crime prevention officer who is constantly volunteering and lending his time to our community. And you can find him at various community events as well as right here on Civic Center TV as the host of our show, West Bloomfield 911. Tim's dedication to serving the community and donating his time and energy to improve it is what makes him our Person of the Week. And if you know someone who is making a positive difference, let us know. And message us on social media. Send an email to thesplash@civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate and acknowledge those making a difference in our community. And, of course, we appreciate your suggestions. That's it for this week's show. You can catch new episodes Mondays at 5:30 p.m. at Civic Center TV, on Comcast 15 and AT&T 99, and online in HD at civiccentertv.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and also on Instagram at Civic Center TV. And for all our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Hego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you for watching The Splash.